distribute. Excellent. So what I'm looking for is any sets of parentheses, and I'm going to try to distribute first. So I'm going to do this stuff here first. So my 0.04 is just going to come down. I'll deal with it in a minute. 3 times 0.2, 3 times 2 is 6, but I have one decimal place to deal with, so it's going to be plus 0.6x, right? If you want to use your calculator for distributive property, do it. That's not a problem. Yes. Yeah. But I would still find your base 10 number, you know, and multiply through by that later. But this stuff, because these numbers can be kind of difficult. So, yeah, don't feel like you have to try to work those in your head. Yeah. This is a 0.2. So 3 times 0.2 is 0.6x. And then I have 3 times 0.7. Well, 3 times 7 is 21. But once again, I just have one decimal place, so it's going to be 2.1. Finish out with a plus 0.6. Equals 0.3, which nothing can be done to it. And then I've got one more set of distributive properties. All right. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times, now this is where it gets kind of tricky. 2 times 0.01. Well, all you got to do is take the 2 times 1 and you get what? 2. You get 2, but we got 2 decimal places to deal with, so I'm going to move that decimal back to the left 2 places, so it's plus 0.02. Now, again, use your calculator. It takes a little practice, otherwise the words get confusing. So use your calculator if you want to take 2 times 0.01. Don't make a silly mistake there. Right? That's a tough place to make a mistake when you can use your calculator. Okay, no more parentheses. So now it's a matter of getting rid of the decimals. So I'm going to multiply through this whole big mess, because I can, because I have an equal sign. Now, we got to find the smallest number, Brendan. 100, you picked it. Right? This is a 2 decimal place number, so there's 100. This is only going to be 1. This is going to be 1. This is 1. This is 1. And this is 2. So I'm looking for a base 10 number with this many zeros. That will allow me to get rid of it. So I'm going to multiply through by 100. And I'm going to distribute that to every single term. And again, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is move your decimal that number of places. So that's going to give me a 4. This is going to give me a 60x. If I lose you anywhere, stop me. All right, I'm going to move my decimal 2 places here. That's going to be a plus 210. Plus, I'll move this one 2 places and get 60. Move this 2 places and I'm going to get a 30. Move this 2 places and I'm going to get what? 200x. Move this 2 places and I get a 2. All right, so now all of a sudden I've gotten rid of all of my decimals. And now I'm going to try to combine like terms on the same side first. So I just got one number and one variable on each side. 4 plus 210 plus 60. Well, 210 plus 60 is 270. Plus 4 more is 274 plus 60x equals. And then over here I've got a 30 and a 2. So that's going to give me 32 plus 200x. Oh, I was just showing you separate left side from right side, so you can simplify first, and then we'll go and move stuff around. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and move my 200 over here, and I'll do that through undoing or subtracting it to both sides. Absolutely can. But now instead of getting, you'll either get, instead of getting a negative over a negative, you'll get a positive over a positive. You get exactly the opposite where I get. If I get a negative on top, you get a negative on the bottom. Works the same. Okay, so these will go away. All right. This is going to give me what now? Negative 140x. And so I'm going to move this to the other side. So that's going to be subtract 274. So that's going to give me a 2. That's going to give me a 4. That's going to give me a 2. So it's going to be a negative 200 and, what did I say? 242. So that's it right there. Oh. Okay, hang on a second. Let's make sure we get it. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides now by a negative 140. So Connie, is your answer positive? It is a positive. Good. Or it's both negatives. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to divide both by 2 because they're both even numbers. So I'm going to get a negative. Actually, because I know it's positive, I'm just going to forget about the negatives now. And I get 121 over 70. 11 times 11 is 121. I don't think I can simplify it more. Anybody? Okay. Now, if you did a decimal, Connor, here's where you got to take 121 divided by 7 and see what you get.
Oh, I did a decimal, and I got, 1.72, or 1.73, because I got the thing.
So did you get this as your fraction that you went with?
No.
All right, so we're good. Fine.
Yeah, so I just did the decimals, and I got a separate answer, but it works somehow.
What's the answer?
Negative 3.385. And I just checked it.
You what?
Negative 3.385.
Negative 3.385.
Yeah.
What'd you do? You just actually went through this and you actually did the.
Yeah.
Okay. So walk me through what you did.
I did the distributed property first.
Okay.
I simplified all that down and got 6x plus 27 or
6x plus 27.
or yeah. Because
How'd you get 6x?
6x 3 times 2x. Oh, that's
And of course,
that would be nice.
That would help. And it may fix things. You might try it again and see what you get. You may get the same. You may get the same answer we get. Okay. Yes.
I ended up with 232 over 80, simplified to the 299.
Okay. You got 282. What?
232 over 80.
Okay. So let's take a look at your lines here and see if it looks like mine.
4 plus 60 is plus 200 and, yes, plus 60. Yeah, equals, 200, I got 30 plus 120x plus 2.
You got 30 plus what?
120x plus
120. Yeah. Times 120.
um,
Did you multiply through by 100?
yes,
Okay. Well, here, see how this 2 times x is 2x?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay. That's easy. Oh, that's easy fix. Okay. So, this is how we deal with the decimal. Let's do 1. That's a fraction. And make sure we understand and what we can do with that. So, let me go through here real quick. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, I'll make this a 1. Also going to make a 3. I think that's fine. I'll make this a I'm going to work through it in a different color so we can see it. Now, remember, every one of these terms that's a fraction is different. 3 over 5, that stands alone because it's separated by a subtraction sign. 4 minus x over 2 stands alone. All right, because it's in parentheses. Between these two plus signs, I have a 2x over 1. And after this plus sign, or this positive sign, Logan, either way, is a 7 over 3. This 5 stands alone, but how can I turn it into a fraction? Over 1 minus, or negative, this x minus 6 over 10. X minus 6 over 10. Now, everything is in the form of a fraction. How do I get rid of my denominator? Common, actually, it's not just a common denominator, it's the least common multiple. So I'm looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, same for 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way down. 15 will work, but it's not, so I've got to go all the way to 30, because I know this will go to 30, this will go to 30. So I'm going to multiply through by 24 to work, except for this one. 30. Okay, hey, great question. Great question, but 3 didn't go into 10. Okay, so I'm going to multiply through by 30. Okay, and guys, you take every single term by itself. Okay, so, just got the double. All right, so here we go. Now, I'm going to distribute this 30 to every one of these terms, okay? Now, 30 times 3 is?
Wait, 30 times 3, I'm sorry. 90.
Okay, so 90 over 5.
Wait. I thought since our
into it?
I thought we were, if I'm in with like, whatever times five equals three is what we multiply the top by.
Well, ultimately, the 30 divided by 5 is going to give you 6. This actually simplifies to 18.
Oh, okay.
So that'll work out fine. All right, minus 30 times 4 minus x all over 2, which again, that will simplify here in a minute as well, plus 30 times 2x, which is 60x all over 1. 30 times 7 is 210 over 3, which will both give us 70. 30 times 5 is 150 over 1 minus 30x minus 6 all over 10. Okay, so I have multiplied 30 by each one of my terms. All right, now don't get lulled into thinking I'm going to multiply times 4 and I'm going to multiply times the x. If you do that, then you've got to divide both of them by 2 when you ultimately do that. Otherwise, you can take care of it right here. So 90 divided by 5 is 18. What's 30 divided by 2? 15. 4 minus x plus, that's just going to be 60x. 210 divided by 3, I said it a minute ago, 70, for listening. 150, and then 30 divided by 10 is 3x minus 6.
Would it
Okay.
work if you did like 30x minus, like,
Where? Oh, here?
yeah, if you didn't do it straight, like if you.
Well, what's it? Okay, I want you to imagine this. Sonny, this is 30x minus 180, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to divide it by 10. So 30x divided by 10 is what? And then 180 divided by 10 is? Okay.
So it's the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what a lot of students do is they remember to, when they do this, they go ahead and do the 30x divided by 10, but they forget to do the 180 divided by 10. And if you don't do them both, so it's sometimes better just put it on the outside and get rid of it first.
Okay.
All right, and so now I've got some distributive property here. I got 18 minus 60 minus, actually that's not going to be a plus, 15x plus 60x plus 70 equals 150 minus 3x plus 18. You want now? Yeah, but they're not difficult. That's the whole point of it. You just got to keep up with it. All right. So I have 18 minus 60. What's that going to give me? Negative 42.
About 80 over 33.
What'd you get?
80 over 33.
Let's see. All right. So I got a 15x and a 60x and a plus 70. So a plus 70 and 42, negative 42 is going to give me 28. So I have 28 plus 75x. You got 42, right?
Yeah.
There's 70. Well, that's a negative 42. So 70 minus 42? 28? Okay. And then this is going to be 150, 150 plus 18, 168. Minus 3x. I'm going to add 3x to both sides. I'll subtract 28 to both sides. That'll cancel. That'll cancel. This is going to give me a 78x. This is going to give me 140. Divide both sides by 78. Ooh. And it's got a 70 over, what, 39? I think that's it.
I do it.
You do?
Yeah, that's the example that you did right there. Yeah, when I put it down, I forgot to write X, so I
Oh,
added
with
it
it.
to 70 and.
Oh, and got a bigger number. I got it. Okay. All right. So, listen to me. Your assignment today, all right, I'm going to pass out the worksheet. All right. This is just going to be equations worksheet A or something like that, what it's called. All right. So, work on the assignment. I will put the answers back on the back table. Right? So if you want to come back and check an answer, if you get a wrong answer, look and see what you made a mistake. I'm not going to show all the work today. I'll show all the work tomorrow night so you can compare your work and make sure you're working it correctly. Quiz will still be Friday. Tomorrow will be a practice quiz. All right, I'll go ahead and have it out online. In fact, I may go ahead and give it to you today, so you'll have both of them. But you can go out to my classroom and you can pull it down if you want to for those girls as well. That practice quiz, just like all the quizzes prior to today, the practice quiz is very, very similar. So if you've got the practice quiz down, you'll do just fine on the quiz.